Welcome to the E-commerce Leaders Series podcast, the podcast dedicated for e-commerce leaders who are navigating a choppy landscape, notwithstanding anything geopolitics happening, but a lot of disruption with AI. And today I have the pleasure of welcoming Thomas Hébrard, the CEO and co-founder of uWine, which is a Bordeaux-based wine service company. Good morning, Thomas.
Yeah. Hi, Eric. Thanks for welcoming me. Pleased to be
Great to have you. So maybe just to get started, Thomas, can you tell us a little bit about your backstory and the genesis story of uWine, please?
Okay. I used to live in the vineyards. My family background is definitely winemaking tradition since 1832, so quite a long time. But I was not destined to work in the wine industry because I studied aeronautical engineering, like you, as you told me. And then when I started to work as a strategic consultant in Paris, I wanted to create my own sales. So I was living in Paris, big city, not a lot of space. I knew for sure that the best moment to purchase wine was the on-premise purchase time. I know that wine, you need time to age the wine, to enjoy the wine. So I created my own my own ideas on purchasing wine, storing outside of Paris in the best condition and cheapest one, and then having the opportunity to get the wine when they are ready to be drink, or to resell the wine as well. And with the profits, the purpose was to consume for free.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Maybe we can start, if you could describe a little bit the various services that you're providing in your company and the overlap between that and the tech stack that you're using in order to run your business on day to day.
Yeah. So I started to invest in wine in 2009. But I really launched wine in 2015. So on this investment and consumption business model. Why it took me so long? Because the first things I did is to register this business model by the French Financial Government Authority called AMF. It's like the ACC in the US. We were the very first one to register such a model. We are like an asset manager, but our assets are just cases of wines. And then it was a big launch, definitely a big launch. We worked with the most famous private banks in France. So at the beginning, it was to get this stock, the larger one, and you used to have more than 900K bottles under management. It's 2,000 square meters of warehouse to manage them. Then the second step is to manage all those stocks. It's not so easy to have all the IT with our warehouse partners. And the last one, definitely the key one, it's to what we're calling the divestments. It's a way to deliver the wine, and of course in retail, because in your space, when you're living in cities such as London, New York, or Paris, you don't have such spaces. So you want to have very few bottles for a short consumption period. So definitely you are on retail to deliver the wine. So you need to organize all of this. So you have the digitals around all of this, APIs with all the logistics and supplies. And also you should create all the way for the divestment for resales. So it's not so easy to organize that. So you need to have definitely IT guys who just providing all the services. So when you see our website, you can see we are just an e-commerce one, but 100% of these stocks is not your wine stocks; it's our customer stocks.
So thank you. So it's actually quite interesting. I think it's the first time we have a guest or a company appear on the podcast where you have this intersection between e-commerce and asset management, which makes you quite special. And so when you think about that, the overlap between the two types of businesses that you have, how do you think generally about how AI can improve the way you run your business, the way you manage the portfolio on behalf of clients, I mean, ultimately, it is quite a capital-intensive business. You have stocks of real hard assets that are sitting in warehouses. So how do you think about software and AI in particular in that context?
Very, very strategic. There is two things. First is data coming from outside, intern and external one. What we want, especially regarding the prices, very difficult to get the right prices. Currently, the fundamentals of selling a product are not in the wine industry. The chateaus are not controlling the final prices. So this is definitely a key thing to have data and smart data on what are the right prices on the different markets, because the prices in Germany is not the same in France, it's not in the US, something in China, and the model are different. So definitely getting those data are a very, very challenge, and we're currently working on that. Secondly, it's our inside UI. The stocks are moving. You currently, the margin you can have on each wine are very, very tough, because the wine market is declining. So we has to have the data to know when we will be sold out on the different products. What are the life cycles, of the stocks we're having, to optimize the global margin for us and our investors as well. What are also because every now product is sales on omni channels, you're doing B2B, you're doing B2C, you have intermediaries by working with marketplaces such as Vivino, so they are taking a margin. So you should also optimize that. Is it better to sell this product on our own platform, Wine, our apps, in France, in China, or through Vivinos, for example, even Vivinos in the US or in Germany? You see? And what I'm telling you, currently, I don't have such a tool today, but it's a key thing, and AI can help us.
And actually, this is really key. You're saying you don't have a tool today. So how is it? Is it all human expertise that kind of manages all of this? Is it in your head? Is it in your team's head at the moment?
What we're using currently is data from data robots like wine searchers. I don't know if you know them. What's doing such robots? They are scanning all the selling prices on different marketplaces or different e-shops, and we have scanned because you can't control that, but you can have another view of the different prices. But the problem is when a pricing is shown on internet doesn't mean it is a transactional, the real selling prices. So you need to adjust that. To help us as well, we're getting some data from B2B marketplaces, such as the LiveX, but also it just offer prices. So and you see the SKUs, the labeling, they are totally different. So it's a drama for everyone. Today is not organized, and we're changing also times. And something also important, when the markets are improving, growing, that the prices you had you having today, it will be higher in a month or 2 months or 6 months. But when the market is declining like it is today worldwide on the wine industry, you have to do the opposite way. So you have to discount all the time. So it's definitely a tough thing. And you see, AI can help us that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, AI, ML, predictive analytics. I mean, anything that's very interesting. And so, just to be clear, you are saying that today you are not really. I mean, besides data aggregation and having access to the raw ingredients to be able to take decisions, which I imagine are still human based, you're saying that you would like to move to a more systematized way of running your business. Is that a fair?
More intelligence. Today, we have the link with all the sources I told you. So we having we collecting the data, but we need intelligence. on this data. Optimization on the different channels, intelligence on what is the best regarding the market situations, getting the stocks and waiting for, I don't know, 1-2 years before reselling it, or no, it's in total emergency, continue to promote the wine and destocking, because this is the way you have to do with brands you don't trust anymore, or the market doesn't trust anymore. And we're using our instinct, more than just data. We need more data to prove that.
Yes, that's very interesting. And just drilling a little bit deeper into this. So there's a lot of AI tools out there. There's a lot of companies that are being formed every day that claim that they can provide intelligence and insight. So what's holding you back, or are you not being held back? Are you actually experimenting at this point in time with some AI tools?
Currently, we are not just experimenting. We are applying. It's already on production for AI use has a services for our customers.
Okay.
Now let's say for the phone call, we have an AI now which can help an AI agent helping our the customer or the person contacting us to go directly to the right services, and then a message is sent to us with a calendar proposed to organize a meeting then. So the next step is definitely offering an AI agent for our customers and helping them on getting access to the right informations. They want their management report to have an overview of their performances. They want to resell such wine. They want to have an advice, as we can limit the contact with them. So we have all the information, but we need now the agent. Definitely an agent at this stage. But what the starting of our discussion was more on giving us applying AIs on the day-to-day or to wine to improve our general performances. And this is not today we're not capable to. We thinking about that, but we're not ready yet for that.
Right, and fair enough. And as the leader of the company, if you were to quantify the benefits of being able to get to what you just described, the vision where you are able to deploy AI to provide both internally, but also to your client, some form of insight and intelligence, like what would that mean for the business? Would you be thinking about doubling the size of the business, reducing your cost? How do you think about that?
Today, my future is definitely on controlling my margin. It's something I am fed up having this. I do believe in competition. I do believe in open market. I think it's great. I do believe in omni channels, offline, online. I do believe in that. I think it's helping all the systems to have these omni channels distribution system. But I'm fed up with this pricing, discounting. I'm fed up with these shuttles, which doesn't get any responsibilities about the drama just currently living. So I need to control that. That's why I'm creating my own brands. But it's not just a brand, and you will see the link, and I think it can interest everyone. Regarding marketing, it's total disruptive project because it's an imperational product. You can peer out the label. You have a code. When you can get what we call the golden label. We can offer you another label. When you scan here, you will have access to an AI series with short episodes of 2-3 minutes. It's an imperational project about that. So you'll be using AI as a tool of management of marketing as well. But then these NFC tags you have it on the bottle, it's also my way to control all my distribution systems, because I will ask my different distributors to tag the bottle before selling it, and I will collect the data. So I will know the stocks, the flows, and the selling prices of all my future partners, distributors and that. So I will control all the systems to protect the systems themselves. You see what I do? And AI is helping me to organize the market, to see who are my personnel for selling this, to quantify the market. So you see, AI is everywhere.
Yeah. Sorry, can we double click a little bit on this, because this is interesting. So is this a pivot where you're going from an intermediary to actually a seller? Is this your own production that you're selling via a new distribution, whatever, a go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, definitely. I'm currently creating a subsidiary on that, because uWine is a wine merchant. We are distributor in retail with innovative business model we talk about. And now I'm creating my own product. So it's a total different way, but it's something else. And this product should be independent of uWine, because of course it will be sold by uWine, but it should be sold by other distributors, competitors of uWine, and offline shops as well. So that's why we want to do. But what I want for uWine, it's that uWine be secured about its deserved margin then. And then I can, if uWine is promoting this wine, it knows for sure it's gonna have 40% margin. It's what need a B2C distributor, offline or offline, it's 40%. Without any tax, 40%. And then I can have the mean, uWine will have the mean to do some SEO, SEA about that, and increasing his own traffic on the uWine platform. So to resell what I'm calling traditional wine, the key things to have more traffic on my website is this one.
Yeah. So can we say that you're going to be the first AI native wine producer with this NSC tags and kind of all this data capture and
AI native? I'm more like something IP driven brand. I don't know if you know the concept of IP driven brand. AI it's a tool. It's always a tool. You're using, for example, if you talk about my series, it's called Zhuangzhu. Zhuangzhu, it's a concept coming from China. Zhuangzhu. So that means you're creating a series with very short episodes, 2-3 minutes of episode. You can't have actors for that. AI, it's amazingly well to try such a thing. You can create any episodes you want. And I will share with you then the episode. Or go on uweini, uweini.com. You will see the 2 first episodes then. So I recommend to everyone to watch it. You will see the quality of the AI. So for me, it's just a tool to create something. But the more important, I think, in this project, it's more an IP brand, an IP-driven brand. And AI, it's something you're using because you can go faster, you can test fast, you can go, you see, you're in this field, So AI brand, okay, but what does that mean? IP brand better, I guess.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So we'll put the link on the show notes, and highly encourage people to go and watch it. Can you talk a little bit about, so independent of this little pivot or side project into producing, so today in your core business, how do you acquire customers? Like what are your main channels?
Yeah, very good question. From the beginning, I think I'm not considering me as an e-commerce actor. For me, selling on web on internet is just a way to delete frictions for our customers and us as well, because it's easier to purchase a product on a app or on a website. It's just a way to simplify the customer experience, you see. And it's still the case with uWine. To get customers, at first I didn't plan to use SEO, ACAs, ads in general. For me, I think it's mainly the things with a characteristic, and one of the main characteristic with wine. This wine usually needs a trustful relationship, to be sold. You purchase the recommendation of your friends, you see, and you trust your friend because he knows wine, because he told you a few things about this wine, he told you about your wines, and you say, okay, I would like to try. So, and I wanted to create such a business model, a B2B2C at least business model. So of course the recommendation from your own customers is a great thing, and you used to have a 30% of the turnover coming, the new customers coming from our current customers. But you can have only without what I'm calling the peripheral growth. To have strong growth, you need to have partners. And the one I took, it's the one in the wealth industry, wealth management industry. And I used to work with private banks. And because the good relationship is between the private bankers and his customers. If the private bankers is offering the UN products telling about the UN product to his customers, the link is done. Then he has just to push the customers to us, and we used to have 85% of winning, of customers after that. So it was definitely easier. So it was my first strategy was definitely working with partners, a B2B2C business model, and the website is just a tool to get access to a service for our customers.
Right.
Now I'm changing a bit, but the thing with traditional why I will promote a traditional wine. I don't want to name any because they are all in the same case. As I know for sure, you are always someone selling at a less expensive wine. So I'm doing the promotion for having this wine sold by a competitor. What the fuck? I can't do that. I'm not doing SEO, SEA for that.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. And is that because so your competitors are they all over the world? Those wine merchants, or are they principally based in Europe?
Yeah, currently you wine two basements, Bordeaux in France and Shanghai in China. I founded my subsidiary in January 2020. Nice period for that, for starting a business. The business model are different because in China we only selling through WeChat on cross-border. We not say you don't sell on internet because not the way to sell. So you need to adapt your way to sell with the countries you're targeting. And France definitely is a website WeChat in China. So you adjust, but the product is the same. You adjust the pricing on the different channels then. And the key is the other things we have with this product is an alcohol product. So you have tax issues, you have customs also issues to maintain. So and as we want to have, we are e-commerce distribution systems, we need to automatize everything. If we can't do that with the customs, for example, that means you need to have a basement, local stocks, even with a subsidiary in the country. You see, for me, in Europe, it's very, very difficult today to ship the wine in Germany, in Italy, or in Spain. Now we found a solution. It has been a year now. We can have a custom supplier partner who does, the link with the customs, each customs in the different country to pay the different taxes. But you see, even in Europe, it's difficult to ship the wines.
I didn't know that. Even in the EU, you have different tariff regimes for alcohol.
Yeah. You have one called Assise. This is word in French, droit d'assises, local taxes. Just it's a tax per bottle, and then you have the VAT, of course, and the VAT is different in the different countries.
Have you experimented with how AI can help with all of this? Because we had another guest on the podcast appear that has the same issue for distribution worldwide, and she was saying, look, it's actually AI is actually really good in compressing what used to take her 2 or 3 days of work, having to ask experts about tariffs and VAT and all of that, to essentially 5 minutes, which is a chat conversation with a chatbot.
I think it's more a question about API, link with the systems, because except in the US, the taxes are changing every month with Trump, but even it's quite stable. We know we have templates. We know the VAT in different country. We know these custom taxes, local custom taxes. So I think just to know how we can be linked to something, as we can ship directly the wine from Bordeaux to the final customers in Belgium. So we have a solution in Belgium. The UK, for example, we need to find something. It's Luxembourg. It's impossible for us today because we don't have any tax representative then. In the US, you can say in the US you have it's called the third part systems. You have an importer and distributors and everything, but they succeed to automatize everything. I can deliver the US from Bordeaux, maybe 90% of the states. You see, so for me it's a huge market. I can try to work with, but I need investment for that. But I know the US it's quite easy. It depends, but I have the information now. How can AI help me? I think it's more on let's, for example, for the US, if I want to target the US, I'm gonna ask AI, okay, which are the main markets for the wine industry? AI will do the market analysis. Can you confirm me? But I have the template that it is easy to deliver the wine directly to the final customers from France. Can you give me a comparison benchmark, from a wine stored in Florida, for example, and ship directly from my warehouse from Florida to even to the whole country, or it's better for me to have the wine in Bordeaux and to ship it then. And of course, the delivery fees will be higher, but you optimize maybe some over cost. So it's more about strategy. That can help me. The prices, if tomorrow an AI can scan all the prices and give me an automatic prices based on local markets, definitely a huge friction is solved currently internally. I have a data analyst. I have a full-time person doing data analyst, even 1.5 person are doing data analyst. And I just data analyst. I'm not talking about IT guys who
And still, it's hard. Yeah, interesting. I mean, this is not the purpose of this podcast, but I know a company that can help you with that. Thomas, that's a fascinating episode. I mean, I'm just listening to what you're saying. It's such a fascinating industry. Before we wrap up, is there any question I didn't ask you that you wanted to touch on?
I want to give an advice to everyone who wants to create just a business, any business, online, offline, it doesn't matter. Think about the fundamentals of this product are well on this industry. The life cycles, of a product is well organized and fair organized. Any product sold, you have the producer of the product, then you have a wholesaler, and then a retailer. This is a key thing. You can have intermediaries like a broker, but they're not, managing the stocks, the flows, the product flows are not there. And definitely check that. And I'm gonna give it to you. And the wine industry doesn't have any of the 3 core fundamentals of this selling successfully a product, you know. The first one, responsibility of the product, you should control all the distribution system and mainly the prices. I think we say about everything. All the prices should be controlled. Right? Online, offline, it should be the same prices. It's just different experiences of purchase. Secondly, innovation. So innovation of the product. Your customers are changing. The world is changing. You should always innovate in everything. And definitely, you are one of the key person offering innovation with a tool called AI. You know. And the last one is always keep contact with your final customers. Know your final customers, because the key only things that the final customers is applying when you're purchasing a product, it's the ratio sexiness prices. Sexiness over prices. Is this product enough sexy? With the price in euro is 15 euros for this one, and is this price enough sexy for me to purchase it at 15 euros a bottle? Yeah, sexiness, very important. Yeah, this is as the three fundamentals, and I'm working in industry which doesn't understand that. Crazy.
It's frustrating, but also fascinating to know that you have the potential maybe to shape how these things evolves in the future.
Yeah, that's why I'm creating my own product with the systems. Inside you have these three fundamentals, and what I have them, because the wine market used to be $350 billion a year annually, massive. Okay, now it's definitely declining. If you divide it by 3, 4, 5, you know the consequences. Blind vineyards will be just blew up. You have to erase everything, but it's still 100 billions. So you still have the market. So we need to take shares on this market, and definitely is my ambition with that. So even with 80 billions or 100 billions, I want to take this market for me. And also the good things, it's all the infrastructures, of the wine industry are settled online, offline. In every country on earth, you have someone who sells wines. So, I think we can go fast. But the key thing is to create sexiness on that.
There you go, sexiness to cost ratio. It's the first time I hear that. It's very good. All right, Thomas, that was fantastic. Thank you for sharing your expertise. Before we wrap up, where can our listeners find more about you and more about uWine?
LinkedIn. So my words on LinkedIn. I'm publishing some posts sometimes. Definitely, I reply to all the messages I've received. And uWine, LinkedIn as well if you want to follow the news. UAE, mostly Instagram, YouTube for the AI series. That's it. And to purchase wines, uwine.com.
Thomas, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for the fantastic conversation, and thank you for your time. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Okay, thanks, Eric.